Hey wavies and curlies, this is Stacy from the Frizz Girls, and as you can see, I have frizz all in my hair, underneath, around top. I've got my hair clipped back because I just did my makeup and I didn't want it hanging in my face. And I have gym hair. I don't care. It's been up like this for about a couple of days. Haven't washed it since Saturday. Not planning to wash it till tomorrow night, so I really don't care. But I'm going to be online today and I actually want to look like a human, so we're going to take this mane down. But before I take it down, I want to give you some ideas and some options to refresh your hair. So when you wake up and your hair looks not the way you want it to, whether it's day 2 of wash, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, whatever day, you have options to refresh your hair. Those options are going to depend on your hair. So what works for my hair may not work for your hair, but you have to try to see what your hair looks like, and you have to know and understand your hair to know what works. So there's a couple different options. The first option you're probably most likely going to need is something very simple, which is water. So depending on when you had your last wash day and what products you had in your hair. So if you had curl cream, curl custard, oil, leave-in, gel, mousse, sea spray, you may need to just add some basic water to your hair to rehydrate your hair. You can either brush it or you can scrunch it depending on your hair texture. If you're curly hair, usually you'll end up running a brush like the Bounce Curl Define Styling Brush. If you have wavy hair, sometimes you might find that it's better to scrunch than to brush your hair when it's wet. And you can either just get it slightly damp or saturate it with water. It's really your choice. So you have this water option. Another option to refresh is a product that I've had for quite a while. I don't use it very often. It's called Which I Love Your Hair. It's called Hair Magic. You just spray this on like you would water, and then you can brush and or scrunch your hair depending on if you have wavy curly hair, and just use this product. This is great to hydrate. It may not give you enough hold within your hair depending on how your waves and curls look when you take it out of, whether it's a bonnet or a pineapple in a bonnet, or in my case, a bun and a scrunchie. There's a scrunchie in here, as you can see, and it's pinned up. So you may just use this product. You may feel like you need this plus another heavy product. I also have one of my favorite gels that I love, love, love. I've been using this since I was a child. Ellie Looks blue gel, everyone calls it. It's the Extreme Sport, but it's blue. It's blue gel. This is great. It gives really good hold. It can get a good cast. If you don't get a cast, do not stop your life and panic and have a heart attack. A cast is really no big deal, so don't make a big deal about it. You can just refresh with some water and gel, or you can use the Hair Magic and gel. You can add in just water and you can do mousse. Now, if you got wavy curly hair, you can do the reverse method, which is mousse first on dry hair, and then you can saturate it with water, and then you can dry and style. So it really depends on you, your hair, where you're going and what you're doing. If you have low porosity hair, or if you have slightly wavy hair, that slightly wavy hair is going to be 1B, 1C, and 2A, meaning your curl pattern isn't going to be as defined as someone with 2B, 2C hair, or even someone with curly hair, 3A, 3B, and 3C. So you might want to try something like a sea spray. This is Bumble and Bumble Sea Spray. You'll just wet your hair with water, and then you can go in and spray with the sea spray, scrunch your hair. You can air dry or you can diffuse. It's completely up to you. And the last option is for wavy hair only. Bounce made products. This is the Bounce Better Wave Activator Spray. You can just wet your hair with some water and then use the Wave Activator Spray. This might be a great option if you are slightly wavy. So if you have 1B, 1C, 2A wavy hair, especially if you're low porosity. Low porosity hair takes a really long time to get wet and for products to soak in. Usually your hair will just beat up in the shower. That means it's really hard to get water in there. And 1A, 1B, 1C, and 2A hair usually is a thinner type of hair and does not need as many products, and especially as many heavy products. So this might be a great option for you. So if you're on the slightly wavier side, and especially if you're navigating your wavy curly journey, like, oh, I just discovered I have wavy hair, your option might be to use water and then some of the Wave Activator Spray, and then, you can either scrunch or brush your hair in depending on your wavy curly hair, and then you can either air dry or you can diffuse. It totally depends on you. A lot of it is going to come down to your porosity, your density, your hair texture, your length, and then where you are in your wash day lineup, as well as the weather outside. Because don't forget, weather outside plays a key role in how your hair behaves. So if you're living in a climate where there's a lot of humidity still, like Florida, I know they stay warm for most of the year, they may need to use lighter products, and they might want to use gel to get more defined waves. If you're in the Midwest or up north, where temperatures have really just dropped to the floor and it's a lot colder, you may find heavier products kind of weigh and pull your hair down. So you may find that it's better to just do a mousse or sea spray, or a mousse and sea spray for your wavy curly hair. I am actually probably just going to do a water, and then I'm probably just going to do some Blue Looks gel. I may go ahead and add in a little sea spray for some fun to see what my hair does. And then I'm going to diffuse with my Lafine. I like this hair dryer because it pretty much does the same thing that a Dyson but the only difference is a fraction of the price. I did have a Dyson that I bought used, and it worked great until it stopped working, and then I couldn't get it fixed because the people who owned it before me wouldn't give me their address, so I could verify it with Dyson to get a replacement. So I went with the Lafine, and it does pretty much the same thing. So I'm just going to pop my hair out, and I'm going to pop it out of the scrunchie. Now, however it looks, I don't care, because we're going to refresh it. I'm just going to flip my head up and then shake it out. So I have volume, which I love, but as you can see, I have some pieces that are not waving. I got some pieces that are curled, and then I got a lot of pieces that are not curled. So what I'm going to do is just wet my hair with water. I'm going to scrunch in some blue gel, and then I'm going to go ahead today and just do some sea spray, and then I'm going to jump off camera so you don't have to watch and listen to me blow dry my hair, and then I'm going to come back on and show you what my hair looks like. But let me go ahead and show you what my hair looks like when I do a quick refresh. So let me slide the camera down, down, so you can see me. And then I'm going to go sideways because it's easier for you guys to see me and hear me. So I'm just going to flip my head. And then I'm just going to coat the underneath with water and the top. And I'm going to get it pretty saturated. And because I have long hair, as you can see, I like to flip my hair. And I'm just going to wet my hair and get it saturated so I can add product in. And as you can see, I'm just scrunching, I'm just adding water and scrunching, and my hair already looks like 10 times better than it was when I pulled it out. So now I'm going to flip my hair this way. You may not need to flip your hair as often as I do. I do that, obviously, as you can see, I have long hair, but if you have a lot shorter hair, you may not need to. And I'm just adding in water wherever my hair needs it. I mean, if you really want to jump in the shower and soak your head, you can. If you really want to do the bowl method and stick your head in a bowl of water, you're more than welcome to. I've never done the bowl method. I just think it's a waste of time and a waste of product and water. So I just stick with soaking my hair. And it's not overly saturated, but I want it enough to wet my hair. All right, so I think we're pretty good in water. All right, so as you can see, my hair is pretty saturated. It's not overly soaking wet, but I don't care. All right, so now that my hair is wet, I'm gonna go ahead and take some gel. Now, you're gonna wanna use gel depending on the length of your hair and your hair type. Because I have a lot of hair, I use a lot of gel. But if you have shorter hair, you probably wanna use less. And I'm gonna do, this is probably about a nickel's worth, maybe a little smaller than a quarter of gel. I'm just gonna emulsify it and rub it in. Okay, you're just gonna put your hair and scrunch it in until it's coated. Okay. Now, for some of you that have curly hair, you might wanna brush. Wavy hair, you might want to scrunch, because sometimes wavy hair is in that in-between of straight curly, and it might actually work better to scrunch your hair in products as opposed to brush it in on a refresh. So I just want to put that clear, because as a wavy, I'm on the wavy curly spectrum, but when it comes to refresh, I scrunch my products in. I can't brush my hair because my hair does not want to brush. So now I'm gonna just spray in some surf spray, some sea spray. This is kind of mimics what you would get if you were swimming in the ocean. And I'm just gonna spray it in through my hair. This is great for wavy hair. And as you can see already, I haven't even dried my hair, and it already looks 10 times better than it did when I pulled it out of my bun and my scrunchie. It's already waving as it is, and I haven't even dried it yet. So now I'm gonna do the other side and give it a few spritz. It's a really light product. Doesn't have a big smell, so if you're sensitive to smell, this might be a great option. And I'm just gonna lift and spray. And that's pretty much it for the refresh. I'm gonna jump off camera, dry, and then style, and then I'm gonna pop back on and show you what my hair looks like. So stay tuned for part 2.